ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930 present The Drive. Winner of the 2024 West Virginia Broadcasters Association Excellence in Broadcasting Award for Best Talk Show.
It is Tuesday, October 29th. Your drive begins now on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be with you until 6 o'clock this evening. We're going to get your text in at 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Day 2 of our ticket giveaway, Text to Win. Yesterday, we gave away a 4-pack. Today, we're going to give away a 5-pack of tickets. Now, if you're wondering why we do these ticket giveaways in such weird numbers, we're making sure you can sit with each other. We're not just going to give you 4 random tickets. So we've got 5 tickets that are all together. So the text line this hour, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We're getting set for Marshall and ULM, so it is finally game week. Had a chance to catch up with Coach Huff earlier today. We'll start breaking down the game this week with his comments as we'll go the entire week up until Saturday. And then game day Saturday will be over at the West Lot, getting you ready for Marshall and ULM. It's also going to be Senior Day, so we'll go into what that means throughout the week. Senior Day, does it really mean as much to fans like it used to? I'm sure for players it still has some significant meaning. For certain players, more so than others. But with the transfer portal and with the way that players have just been fluid and where they go, where they start, where they end up, does Senior Day have that same meaning to you? And can it? If it doesn't, can it once again have sort of that special meaning? Because Senior Day, obviously, for years and years and years, you'd have guys that have come out, they've been with the Herd for 5, maybe even 6 years, who knows? And there were guys that were lifers for the Thundering Herd, and they were players that you watched for several years and you grew attached to. And now I need a roster every year to start memorizing new names again, because there's not really a holdover from years past. There's always going to be like 30, 40 new guys. That seems like the number. And so Senior Day obviously means something. And, we're going to hear from Coach Huff later this week on what that means and what it means to some of his players as well. But the reason we're having Senior Day now is because the next game, which is going to be the final game for the home schedule, is going to be the 75 game. A lot of significance there. So you give the senior game its space, and then you've got the 75 game, which in itself means something completely different. And so that game has really grown in popularity among the fans. It's a somber time, but it's also a significant time, and it's also a reason to celebrate because of the fact that we do have a football team that got through the worst tragedy in American sports to be at this point. So it's a good idea to separate them, because usually you'd have Senior Day at the end. Like the last game, it's Senior Day. But I think I actually like this because there's still some games to be played left. You're not just focusing on Senior Day. To me, Senior Day, it's like the final farewell. It's like goodbye, but we're going to see these guys for a few more weeks. So I'm okay with that. So we'll get your text in this hour, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We've also got soccer this week. The women are going to close out the regular season on Halloween night, taking on Louisiana. Herd soccer team, 3-7-5, 1-4-4. So it will close out the 2024 campaign up against Louisiana. 7 o'clock for those of you going to Halloween night soccer. Head over to herdzone.com if you want to get those tickets now. Marshall entering this one, scoring 3 or more conference goals than last year's. 3 or more, that's the note. 3 more conference goals than last season. Pretty good. It's a slow process. Also, of course, we got to talk about the poll this week. It's out. Where's the Herd rank? Where's West Virginia ranked? Does it really matter? Because these two teams are going to clash in a sold-out Mountain State Derby. Marshall, number 6, and West Virginia, number 7, and the latest United Soccer Coaches poll. And so these two teams have been neck and neck, back and forth all season long. Marshall has the 12th highest RPI in the nation, leading the Sun Belt. 15 points and a 403 conference record. Now, you can say, hey, the Herd's not been beaten in conference play. But you can also say, hey, there's some missed opportunities here. 4-0-3, I'm sure every other team other than West Virginia would like to have that record because Marshall's second in the Sun Belt standings. And you got 2 games left in the regular season. Marshall went 1-0-1 in league play last week, defeating Georgia Southern and tying Georgia State. And Marshall right now, the second best scoring offense in the league, over 2 goals a game, trail only South Carolina. And then you've got West Virginia falling 1 spot to number 7. Went 1-0-1 on the week. They are on top of the Sun Belt rankings with 17 points and a 5.02 mark. Marshall needs to win out, and of course, winning out would mean also serving up a defeat to West Virginia. Chris Grassi covets the regular season trophy. It means something to him because it means that you're getting rewarded for a season of consistency because in the tournament, anything can happen. I think he's a realist, though. He wants both trophies. If he could just take one, I'm sure he would take the tournament trophy only because that gets you the automatic berth into the NCAA tournament. You take that one, obviously. But he wants them both, but he values that regular season trophy. And I value the regular season trophy. I think it means a lot more. Yeah, the tournament, anyone can win. So we're going to have, hopefully, a fantastic Mountain State Derby between these 2 teams, and they'll get after it in front of a sold-out crowd. It should be a fun one. And, of course, if Marshall wins that, pretty much should lock things up. Unless Marshall falters along the way, that should pretty much lock things up if you go undefeated. But even then, if you beat West Virginia, I think that will put you over depending on what West Virginia does coming into this. That should put Marshall on top. So it's pretty much going to come all down to that one, probably the regular season championship on the line in Huntington between Marshall and West Virginia. So we're going to get your text in a few minutes, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We had a really, really busy night here. Yesterday, the Dodgers beat the Yankees 4-2. LA leads the series 3-0, can wrap up the World Series tonight with a win. Game 4. 7 o'clock airtime, 8 o'clock first pitch, right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. So I'm looking forward to it. So when we continue, we're going to hear a little bit from Coach Huff. Let's get started with football. We'll get your text in as well, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. All of that coming up on this edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Hey, Tri-State, there is a place to shop at. The Huntington's Peddlers Mall is now open in the historic Central City District in Huntington. Over 200 vendors specializing in vintage antiques, home decor, furniture, collectibles, new mattresses, and everything in between. Peddlers Mall, located 800 14th Street West in Huntington. It's the place to go. Open 7 days a week. Visit anytime. Check out the website, peddlersmall.com, for more information. It's the Tri-State place to shop, Huntington's Peddlers Mall.
Metro Community Federal Credit Union has been serving the Huntington community for 70 years and is proud to announce our newest location in Lavalette is now open. Wayne County residents, you now have access to a modern banking facility, a full range of services, advanced technology, expert financial advice, and even a smart coffee kiosk cafe. Learn more about Metro Community Federal Credit Union online at metrocommunityfcu.com or visit us today on 5th Street Road.
Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
Hey Tri-State, Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. It's that time of year again, football season. Frank's has you covered from Marshall, WVU, the rest of college football to the NFL. First responders, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials they have for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza, next to Fratelli's. Check them out on Facebook for weekly updates and specials. Frank's Place, your home away from home.
Stalwart Insurance is the name for insurance in the Tri-State. They are committed to delivering tailored benefit solutions with thoughtful, strategic planning with valuable professional services. Stop by or call Stalwart Insurance for your homeowner's insurance needs. Stalwart Insurance is located right beside Kenny Queen Hardware on Route 10 in Barbersville. Call Stalwart Insurance anytime at 304-552-3883. That's 304-552-3883. Or visit them online at stalwartinsurance.com.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double hot, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Hey, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Well, I do now.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
Did you say you're cutting me off?
You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff, even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Bell, and I invited you here to my hotel room to talk about your cheeks. Your big, beautiful cheeks. Get your mind out of the gutter, I'm talking about swabbing them. Did you guys know that each year 20,000 Americans with blood cancer are searching for their life-saving marrow match? Can you even believe that? I mean, people need marrow, you guys, and we have it. So here's how we can help. It's really, really simple. All you have to do is swab your cheek, this cheek. Then go to Gift of Life Marrow Registry. It's so easy, anyone can do it. And in case you're wondering, if you're a match, donating, it's a lot easier than you think. So wherever you are, go ahead and swab that cheek. Go to giftoflife.org and get a free kit sent to your home, or find a donor drive in your area so that you can swab a cheek and save a life. It's only a minute of your time, but it can give someone else the rest of their life.
You're listening to The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Winner of the 2024 West Virginia Broadcasters Association Excellence in Broadcasting Award for Best Talk Show.
304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. That's our number to be a part of today's edition of The Drive here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. We're going to give you an opportunity to win a 5-pack of tickets to go see the Herd take on ULM. That's coming up on Saturday. And of course, we'll have a drawing at the end of the show. So how do you enter? Well, it's text to win. It's real simple. We make it easy here. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. That is our number to be a part of today's edition of The Drive here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. All right, let's go to the text line. I like it when texts are pretty much straightforward. Texter says, Paul, a 5-pack would be perfect for me and my family. We're Putnam County boys, and my grandson really would like to see the Payne brothers. All right, you're in the running. You're in the running. I like it tugging on my heartstrings a little bit, trying to sway me here. I like it. You can enter in as well. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. That's going to be our number to be a part of today's edition of the show here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Okay, we have got comments now from Marshall head coach Charles Huff. Had a chance to be a part of his presser earlier today. And the Herd's been off a little while. The team took some time off, so what's the team been doing? What's Coach Huff been doing with all this time off?
Obviously, last week being a bye week, got an opportunity to have a lot of focal points addressed, obviously on and off the field, on the field from a fundamental and technique perspective, making sure that we continue to develop our roster, which is a little more tough in today's landscape of college football. So when you get opportunities to get some of your younger guys or some of the guys on the back end of your roster, some extra reps and fundamentals and technique, that's always good. Got a chance to get some recruiting done, which is obviously ultra important as well around some of the local areas regionally. Got a chance to see some of the guys committed to us as well play this weekend.
So you had opportunity to go do a few things, get a little refocus, maybe best way to describe it. So nothing out of the ordinary. He didn't go to the Caribbean or anything like that. So just focusing on football things. But he did talk about spending time with some of the players, and real big opportunity here to spend time with those guys. And he also outlined a little bit of what they were doing as far as pretty much he talked a lot about his responsibility to players, and he outlined some of the things he did with them, including making sure they understand the election process, which is coming up here in a few days.
Also, really got a huge opportunity to really spend a lot of time with our team without the kind of regimented schedule of a game or a practice or this period coming up. Spent a lot of time with our guys last week informing them about the voting process that is coming up. This summer, we got help from some of our local officials and got our entire team registered to vote this summer. And then this past week, we kind of gave them the information, not who to vote for, but what voicing your opinion does, what voting means, where you can go vote, how you can go vote if you decided to vote in your home state or here locally, how you go about that process, the whole nine. I think obviously my role is to win football games. I understand that, but it's also developing these young men so that they can be champions in life, not just really good football players. So that was really good.
And he stressed that, hey, look, I know at the end of the day, wins and losses, that's the metric here, but these are the things that I'm going to do while I'm the head coach, and that's just make these young men better in life. And we've had some of you text in before, talk about that. Hey, the culture has gotten better at Marshall University. You don't hear about these players getting in trouble, things like that. So that's just another facet of what Coach Huff has been doing for this team, and I think that's something that should be applauded and loudly, because at the end of the day, he could just focus on doing what it takes to win. He could sell these guys on a certain culture, maybe not bother with these things, but when he takes these players on, he pretty much becomes their support system. And so he's trying to make sure that they're in the best position. So I kind of like that. I like highlighting that. And, of course, with the game itself, we got plenty of time to get into that. But let's do that. Let's get into it. Here's Coach's initial thoughts on ULM coming in to Jones C. Edwards Stadium.
A lot of respect for Coach Vincent and the ULM football program. In my opinion, obviously I haven't seen every team in the country, but probably the most improved team in college football, and that goes to the players, to the coaching staff. Coach Vincent has done a phenomenal job in a short amount of time of getting these players and this staff and his organization playing at a really high level. You're talking about a 5-2 football team with a loss to Texas. And then a loss last week to South Al, which they missed some opportunities, had the lead in the game, and some things just didn't go their way. So you're arguably playing a 6-1 football team that is playing at a really high level on all three phases. They're physical. They're aggressive. I think they do a great job of playing complementary football. They force you to be efficient on your sides of the ball.
So this is a much improved team, right? You know what he's talking about, how much improved this team is? Just keep this in mind. ULM had a winning season in 2012, 8-5. 2018, they were 6-6, okay? Same thing in 2009. You got to go back a ways here. And 2007, 6-6. You look at what they have not accomplished over the last, let's say, 10, 15 years. Let's go back. 2023 under Terry Bowden, 2-10. 2022 under Terry Bowden, 4-8. 2021 under Terry Bowden, 4-8. And before that, before they brought Coach Bowden in, they were 0-10 in 2020. 2019, 5-7. I mentioned 2018, 6-6. 2017, 4-8. 4-8 in 2016 as well. So 16 and 17, same record. 2015, 2-11. 2014, 4-8. They were 6-6, as we alluded to, in 2013. And they had that winning season in 2012 at 8-5. So right now they're 5-2. They are well above the game. The last time they even had a season that approached this, other than 2012, where they're 8-5, and I think they're going to exceed that, is 1993. They were 9-3. They were, by the way, they were 13-2 in 1987. I don't know if anybody wanted to hear that. But this team, after 1993, dropped immensely. From 1994 until 2007, this ULM team under 500. And the first winning season since 1993 came in 2012. And they've only had, so far, 2 winning seasons. And I count right now as winning. Final's not done yet, but they're 5-2. I think they're on their way to a winning season. So you go from 1993 all the way to 2012 for a winning season, and then the next winning season is 2014. This team, this program, not very good for a long time. So now they're 5-2. Have we hyped them up enough? I think we have. They're going to be a tough challenge for the Thundering Herd. They've got a pretty good offense. Their defense is pretty good as well. Coach Huff talked about their special teams. We'll talk about that when we continue. And our text line, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. On today's edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Thoroughbred Express Wash has completely upgraded its Route 60 Huntington location with all new equipment. Wash and dry, tire shine, triple foam, wheel cleaner, bug prep, ceramic seal, and more. Experience the Thoroughbred Express difference today. Plus high-powered vacuums, all-purpose cleaner spray, fresh microfiber towels, and introducing the brand new Secretariat Wash featuring Graphene X. It's all upgraded at Thoroughbred Express Wash, Route 60 in Huntington. Find a location near you at thoroughbredexpress.com.
Now is the time to add on a new bathroom or remodel your old one with the latest up-to-date bathroom fixtures from Mutual Wholesalers, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Come in today to Mutual Wholesalers' beautiful showroom and see how your new bathroom will look. Check out Acre by Max. Have a new bathroom this year. Mutual Wholesalers, locally owned and operated, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Call 304-525-9118.
Stuck in a state of falling behind, struggling to keep up with kids, finances, insurance, and life? Well, let your State Farm agent help you simplify and get to a better state. With State Farm handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too. Adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40%. Help you get ahead. Call an agent today and get to a better state with State Farm. In Huntington, Ray Crabtree, 304-736-8181. In Milton, Russ McRae, 304-743-9318. And in Lavalette, Jason Elkins, 304-529-7555.
At Poca Valley Bank, a handshake can still mean the start of a great relationship. We've been greeting customers with a handshake since 1908. Why settle for less? If you're purchasing your first home or planning for your future, Poca Valley Bank is here to support you with personalized service and local expertise. They are your trusted advisors. Why settle for less when you can experience banking with a team that truly cares? Poca Valley Bank, where relationships matter. Visit PocaValleyBank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night. Perfect. I love my job. Oak Tree?
What's up?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think he would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay, Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
160,000 kids stay home from school every day for the same reason: bullying. This is Dale Lee, president of the West Virginia Education Association. Bullying impacts nearly 1/3 of all students every year, but parents, educators, and concerned adults can make a difference. It takes just one caring adult to intervene and help stop the bullying. Victims need an adult that will listen, will stand up for them, and most importantly, show them that they are not alone. Bullying and cyberbullying have far-reaching effects, from a decline in academic performance to physical illness, depression, or worse. Help us create a safe, bully-free learning environment for all students in West Virginia. One caring adult can make all the difference. Take the pledge to be that adult at nea.org/bullyfree.
A message from the West Virginia Education Association.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. That's our text line to be a part of today's show here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Let's go back to the text line before we hear more from head coach Charles Huff. Texter says, Paul, according to Charles Huff, during his tenure, all the opposing coaching staffs are doing and have done phenomenal jobs and has his tremendous respect. Thanks for the text. I wonder if you want Coach Huff to just come out and say, you know what? These guys are trash. Just absolutely trash. Their offense can't move the ball at all. Why are they bothering? And their defense is going to be like butter. We're going to go right through that. I don't know if that might make an interesting. I don't know. That might make an interesting press conference, but that'd also be some bulletin board material. I mean, what's he going to say? He's going to come out and say, "Look, they're garbage. They're trash. Why are we playing them? They're no good." I mean, I get what you're saying, though. He has a lot of respect for – I mean, coaches have respect for each other because they know what each coach is going through. So I get where he comes from, and I'm not going to say anything bad about a team. If I'm the head coach of the opposing team and, you ask me about them, they're phenomenal. They're world beaters. Texture says, Paul, good coach Charles Huff. Good Coach Huff. Okay, let me reread this. Good Coach Huff. I think he loves Marshall, has support, loves and supports our players academically for their future. I think he really cares about these young men. And that's important. At the end of the day, I know before name, image, and likeness, we were under the umbrella of student athlete, and we still are. But at the end of the day, most of these players are not going NFL. They're not going professionally in football. So, honestly, the more that these coaches can do for these young men and women, all the better. I mean, and I think that's really default. That should be the default culture. You hire a coach, those are some of the things that just you have to be doing. That should not separate you from the other coaches. That should be basic package. Okay, every coach comes installed with this basic package. What makes this coach different? And I think ultimately he knows and he realizes at the end of the day, we're all judged by wins and losses or our victories, our successes, our failures. But with that said, I think he's doing everything he can in all aspects of the job to make sure that these young men come out on top. Speaking of tickets, we're giving you an opportunity to win a 5-pack of tickets to go see the Herd take on ULM coming up this Saturday. Tickets are a premium right now. Texture writes in and says, Paul, a 5-pack of tickets would work great for us. Me and my mom are longtime fans, and we would take 3 friends with us. It would be put to good use. Go Herd. All right, I appreciate it. Again, hey, pull on those heartstrings a little bit, tug on those a little bit. Let me know. we're going to give more tickets away this week. So we will have an opportunity for you to win tickets today and tomorrow and the next day. If you don't win today, there'll be a couple more opportunities. So stay listening, stay participating. Text line 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. I'm going to be honest with you. It's Tuesday. I just came in here to have fun today. So let's have some fun. Let's hear about ULM a little bit more. Here's Coach Huff talking about this team, what they're about offensively, what they do defensively, and also he threw in special teams, because why not?
Obviously, their running back is arguably the best back in the conference as far as his youth and what he's doing from a production standpoint. A lot of respect for him. Obviously, whenever you have really good running back production, you probably have good O-line play. It's hard to run the ball without the O-line and tight ends being involved. It's also hard to run the ball if your pass game doesn't complement the run game. And I think that's what Coach Vincent and his staff are doing a really good job of on the offensive side, is it's very complementary. You can't get too involved or too many hats trying to tackle the run, because obviously the pass game, the quarterback's really efficient with the ball, decision-making, they don't turn it over a lot. And then defensively, they're physical. They strike. Probably the most physical team will play at our level. You take the other, Ohio State and those guys out of it. But at our level, this is probably going to be the most physical game that we've played, and we got to be prepared for that. And then on special teams, they're aggressive. If you don't do what you need to do, they're going to expose you. So
a lot of respect for this ULM team from Coach Huff. And if you compare running backs right now, A.J. Turner, he's still going to be my guy. 71 carries, 717 yards, 5 touchdowns, averaging over 10 yards a carry. But Ahmed Hardy has 119 carries, 604 yards, 6 touchdowns, and he's averaging over 5 a carry. He's going to be a challenge. Give this kid a lot of credit. He's going to be a challenge for the Thundering Herd. They got some pretty good quarterback play as well. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. So it's going to be a tough challenge. I think it's going to be a tough challenge. They've been pretty good. The only 2 losses for this team was just a beat down by Texas. Texas is going to do that a lot. And they lost to South Alabama. What's Coach Huff say about them as far as being a challenge coming into this game? He says it's going to be a tough challenge.
We got a huge challenge coming up for us. Arguably, and that's no disrespect to any other team, probably the toughest team on our schedule this far. Take the other 2, Ohio State and Virginia Tech, out of it. And I'm not talking about just, their what they have on film. I'm just talking about how they stress you across the board. There's other teams that we've played that done some really good things offensively, defensively, had some advantages. But this team stresses you across the board. So we're going to have a lot of work to do in a little bit of time. Our players are very aware of who ULM is. This is not the ULM of old by any means. The beauty of the transfer portal, you don't have many guys that know, because we have so many guys that have not been a part of the Sun Belt Conference that, for them it's just the next opportunity, which is going to be a great opportunity for us.
Okay, so we brought it up. This is not the ULM of old, but these kids don't know much about ULM. So you now know probably as much, if not more, about ULM as far as their record's concerned. And again, yeah, they're not a bad team. They come in here. Their major loss was against Texas and South Alabama. South Alabama, their big losses were against North Texas, Ohio, LSU, Arkansas State. Is that a bad loss, or was that just a game that got away from them? James Madison, Southern Miss, Troy wins there. Troy's not a bad team historically, but they're 1-7 this year. So I don't know what to make of this team. They're probably a good team coming in here. Marshall should win this one. I can go out on a limb and say that right now. Marshall should win this one. Let's hear from women's and men's basketball when we continue. Let's get back to the text line. Also, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Texter says, Paul, I'm glad we play ULM at home and Southern Miss on the road. I mean, that's fair to a degree. That's fair. I mean, this is not the Southern Miss of old, so I think that is absolutely fair. I will entertain it just for a second. As far as Southern Miss, and I always hope that Southern Miss is a team that's going to be good. But Marshall, the last time Marshall saw Southern Miss was in 2018. Marshall lost that game in Hattiesburg. Marshall lost the game in Huntington in 2017. Marshall lost the game in 2016 in Hattiesburg. The last time that Marshall beat Southern Miss was 2015, and that was in Huntington. I'll take the win on the road if I can get it. But right now, Southern Miss has the win streak. The series is close, 8-6, in favor of Southern Miss. But yes, the way that Southern Miss has been playing this year, I will take ULM at home and I'll take Southern Miss on the road. I just hope these comments don't come back and bite me later. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Thanks for hanging out with us. That's what we're doing today on this edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Save big money on your next project right now at Menards, your lighting headquarters. Find the perfect lighting for your home with new selectable color temperature True Wave LED bulbs from Sylvania. Simply adjust the color temperature to change the lighting in a snap. Save big on Sylvania True Wave selectable color temperature bulbs. Plus, don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, it's Lex and Terry, K&B Pest Control, locally owned and operated in Huntington, West Virginia, serving the tri-state.
Man, these guys are great. They do residential and commercial, indoor, outdoor, free estimates. These guys are the best, I'm telling you.
This is when the critters come out. High customer ratings, satisfaction guaranteed, large fleet, crew, meaning same-day appointments, and quick service.
All you got to do is pick up your phone and call Patrick, the owner. Okay, that's what you got to do. Or Becca. They're standing by to take care of you guys. It's KNBPestControl.com online, and give them a call, man. They got a great Facebook page. Go ahead and like it. They got a phone number. We'll give you that. Why not? It's free. 304-523-4281.
Or go to KNBPestControl.com. They will tell you what everything looks like, what you're looking for, if you're getting a pest problem, and get on top of it. They're the best. Make sure you call Patrick once again, who is very passionate about his pest control, or Becca. KNB Pest Control. They'll kill for your business.
Trust the guys with over 40 years of experience at KNB Pest Control.
Our Kindred Communications family of stations reminds you of the need for blood donations to the Red Cross. Blood is always needed. It may save your life or the life of a loved one. This reminder is brought to you in part by
Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, Huntington's only on-site crematory, 2851 3rd Avenue, Huntington. Chapmans-mortuary.com. Burt's Pet Center, your one-stop pet store, 480 Russell Plaza Drive, Ashland, Kentucky. Mark Porter Auto Group, home of the Car Ferry. Online at markporterautogroup.com.
Stalwart Insurance is the name for insurance in the tri-state. They are committed to delivering tailored benefit solutions with thoughtful, strategic planning with valuable professional services. Stop by or call Stalwart Insurance for your homeowner's insurance needs. Stalwart Insurance is located right beside Kenny Queen Hardware on Route 10 in Barbersville. Call Stalwart Insurance anytime at 304-552-3883. That's 304-552-3883. Or visit them online at stalwartinsurance.com.
Hey Tri-State, Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. It's that time of year again, football season. Frank's has you covered from Marshall, WVU, the rest of college football to the NFL. First responders, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials they have for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza, next to Fratelli's. Check them out on Facebook for weekly updates and specials. Frank's Place, your home away from home.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Welcome to our final segment, today's edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Our text line this hour is 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We're giving you a chance to win a 5-pack of tickets to go see the Herd take on ULM. That's coming up on Saturday. We're going to have a tough choice here today. We got people wanting to take their mother. I like that. That's good. Family is important to me. Also, let's see. Going through our text line, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Also, let's see. Texter says, Paul, Louisiana Monroe has turned their program around by following the basics. They are 5-2 by not turning ball over and following basics, running the ball and not committing penalties. Marshall has been off for a while. They can't get rusty and make mistakes. They have to run well with Turner gaining around 150 and play Braxton while game. Team with fewest mistakes will win. Herd 27-20, says the texter. It's a pretty good breakdown, actually. Texter says, Paul, I'm an old WV deer hunter, an old West Virginia deer hunter. I have eaten alligator good little chewy. How about a new tradition? Opposing teams get served bison, win or lose. All right, appreciate that. I don't know how I feel about serving up bison. Is that okay? Hear me out here. Isn't that like cannibalism? If you're part of the Marshall Thundering Herd and you're serving up bison, isn't that like cannibalism? I'm just saying. I don't know if I'm serving up bison. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. All right. Don't forget, everybody's entered in to win a 5-pack of tickets. If you don't win today, I've got another opportunity for you tomorrow. So don't fret. If you don't win today, you still got a chance to win tomorrow. So we'll take care of you. Thanks for everyone participating today. I'm not sure if I'm serving up bison. No, I'm not cooking bison. I don't think I've even had bison meat. I just don't feel right about that. That's like asking me to serve up like swan meat. And I'm not doing that either, by the way. Who would want to eat a swan? Barbecued or otherwise? Or on rotisserie? No. And I hear the Queen gets pretty testy about it, or she did. Let's hear from Cornelius Jackson. Let's kind of keep some focus on this show. Speaking of keeping focus, that's something that Coach is looking for this week as you get ready for this game. I'm going to have to maybe have a one-on-one with him so he can help me keep my focus. Here's Cornelius Jackson. As we're getting set for D&E, talking about what this team needs to do this week to get ready for this regular season opponent. Keep him focused. That's something I need to do.
Yeah, we just want to keep our focus. We want to keep our focus. Again, a lot of these guys have been around for a while in college basketball at all different levels. We have a couple of freshmen, 3 freshmen in Manhattan. So our main thing, Paul, is just to keep our focus, right? We've been coming in and day out, working our tails off, doing what the coaches have asked. And our main thing now is just keep that focus, the same focus going into game week.
I like it. I'm going to keep that focus. I need to keep that focus. So some good advice for Coach. And we're going to get into this a little bit more throughout the week. But, we've got 2 sets of brothers on this Marshall roster, right? If you're still learning the roster, we got 2 sets of brothers. And so you have Jacob and Cade Gibbs, and then you got William and Grant Moore. So what's it like having not only twins, but 2 sets of brothers on the team. That was an interesting question for Coach.
You know what? That's a good question. I haven't really thought about that. That's a good question. They, the brothers have been awesome. You know, again, character guys, good families, come from winning. The twins, again, they were 64 and 8, I think, something like that, the last 2 years. So those guys, again, they come in, they do whatever you ask them to do. And they put it on the line day in and day out.
That's Coach Cornelius Jackson. We're getting set for basketball coming up. We got football this weekend. We got basketball starting back up. We'll have more from him tomorrow. And we'll have a couple from Coach Folks as well. One question that was asked of her, I'll share today. She was asked about the starting 5. You know, I guess starting 5 is the basketball equivalent of who's your starting quarterback. Starting 5, does she have an idea? I think she does, but she wasn't really letting us know.
I think we're still evaluating some of those things. Starting 5 for me is just a piece of the game. We've got to figure out what our full rotation is going to look like. And over the last couple games, in some of it, we've had people that have been sick, and so they're not able to go as long as they might go, and that's okay. Those things happen all year, and so you're really trying to figure out what the rotation is, and then, who can pull different things when you need the extra help from injuries and illness and sickness and all the stuff that happens over 5 months.
So, no, she doesn't have a starting 5 to give us. We'll find out. See, it didn't matter in Coach Caldwell's lineup because it didn't matter if you started. You're going to be out of the game in 30 seconds. You start, you run really hard, up and down. It's a hockey shift. Okay, next 5. It's going to take a little adjustment. Now, we adjusted. Last year was something completely different, and we're going to adjust, and this is going to be more of and I'm not trying to say it in a derogatory manner, but this is going to be more traditional basketball. We're going to have traditional basketball for the women's team, not that hectic, fast, hockey-paced game we saw last year for the women, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay. I think eventually we're going to see what kind of coaching adjustments that Coach Caldwell will have to make, because when you're coaching Tennessee, you're going to have the athletes to run that offense, but the other team's going to have the athletes to keep up with you. So we'll see how that plays out for her. I hope that she is super successful at Tennessee because that was a dream job for her. And, of course, I'm looking forward to seeing what this Thundering Herd team looks like here in Sunbelt play. We got a long way to go before we get to that. All right, we're going to pick a winner now from our texters, so stay on the line. We will let you know if you won just a minute from now. Back with you tomorrow with another opportunity to win tickets to go see the Herd take on ULM. Thanks for tuning in. I think we'll have more of a structured, focused show tomorrow. So we'll plan on that. Have a great night, everyone.
Broadcasting from the Dave & Buster's studios. Eat, drink, play, and watch at Dave & Buster's in the Huntington Mall. ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. WRBC, W231BS Huntington.